What's good, everybody? It is Sunday, April 16th, 2022. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We like to call it the early edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting. It's not close. As you can see, we have made it, and it wasn't easy. Back to the friendly confines, back in the home studio. But it does not change the fact that yesterday, the crew were putting together on a Saturday coming through strong. If you don't know Mackenzie Brooks, get to know Mackenzie Brooks. Amax coming in strong. How about AB, our five-tool player? 7-4 day. That's profit. But as always, before we head in the right direction, I got to tell you this. It's a busy day at the brand. I'm talking 4 NBA games. I'm talking 15 Major League Baseball games. We got the end of the RBC. We've got NASCAR. I will be at the IndyCar race. Early edges everywhere. If you're going to be there, come up and say hello. I would love to meet you. And speaking of meeting, let's bring in the stars of the show. Because on a Sunday brunch version, when everybody else is taking the day off, not us. And look at this beautiful, beautiful screen. First and foremost, he named this show live from Nashville, Tennessee, the penthouse level. McClure, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday brunch. We've got the coffee fired up. And look, it's day baseball. You know I'm excited. Let's get to it.
All right, let's get to it. Next, he is the absolute sniper. He's everything baseball for us here at the Early Edge. Matthew Snyder, good morning, sir.
I'm just measuring up on things I'm going to snipe today. Don't mind me.
I love it. I love it. Next, he is live from parts unknown. PropStarz, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, gentlemen. What a day of NBA playoffs yesterday. Unbelievable. That game at the end between the Kings and the Warriors was just chef's kiss. De'Aaron Fox put on such an unbelievable performance. I am so fired up. I know we missed our pick on the stream yesterday. Gave out 2 additional picks on the site. Went 2-0 today. I'm going to have a lot more picks today.
That's right. All the props now are live at SportsLine. If you're not a member, become a member. Use that promo code EARLY. I'll give you 30 days for free. You get all of that and all of my cappers. Then after that, you're playing with house money. It doesn't even matter. $10 a month. Finally, he is everything to us here at the Early Edge. It doesn't matter the sport. The man brings it every single time. He's got different versions of himself. Counselor of Cash, Sia Nejad, good morning, sir.
And what version are we going to see? Is it going to be NBA Sia? Is it going to be MLB Sia? Maybe PGA Sia? Stay tuned and find out.
Oh, what a tease. Well, I know that. We're starting with baseball, so maybe Major League Baseball Sia will show up first. All right, let's get into it. No storylines today. We're going straight to fade or follow. And I lied because we're going to the NBA. We've got 4 games on tap today. So here's what we're going to do. And Sniper, I apologize. You got to sit on the sideline just for a second, but I'll get to you.
I'll live.
First game today, Lakers and the Grizzlies. There are the numbers, 3.5. The total at 227.5. Then you've got the Heat and the Bucks, 9.5, 219.5. And then you've got the Clippers and the Suns, 7.5. And that total is 225. And then the Nuggets, the number 1 seed. And if you follow our man Mikey Barner on social media, he's got a Mikey B special. He's calling it. Guess what that is? Out of the Nuggets game tonight, 224.5 and that 8. So, Mikey, of the 4 favorites today, which one, in your opinion, will cover or have the best chance of covering?
I'm going to take the Milwaukee Bucks to cover there on that one. I think that this is a great spot here. I know that in these spots, typically a lot of people look to back the underdog because it's likely the team that is still fresh and played. You've got Milwaukee been on the long layoff. However, I think they're a significantly better team. I would not be shocked if they win this game by 25 points. As far as the games quickly, I like the Lakers. I like the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I like the Phoenix Suns.
There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Now, Mikey brings up a good point. The Heat played 2 nights ago, but it was a really intense game. They had to come back from a lot down, or at least in the fourth quarter. And so they could struggle to get that energy going today. NBA Sia, what say you?
Let me say this again. Mike and I are simpatico here. I actually like all 4 of his picks that he gave out, for the record. But the one I'm going to pick in terms of a follow, it's going to be the Phoenix Suns. I don't think we can count on the Clippers as constituted without Paul George. And I think the Suns, they probably still have some growing up to do in terms of just meshing with Kevin Durant. But they've gotten a nice little start doing that. And I think they could run away with this one.
Okay. Rebecca says we need all of the Sias. Truer words have never been spoken. All right, Proppy, you talked about the Kings game last night, and they celebrated like they had won the NBA championship. Light the beam, hit the buttons. It's one game. It's one game. Of these favorites today, though, because they came off at a 1-point favorite, so they covered last night. Who do you think covers today, sir?
I'm with Mikey here. I think the Bucks are just in a really good spot. The Heat limped into the playoffs, just did not look inspired whatsoever. Just not seeing it with them. The Bucks are a well-oiled machine. Giannis right now is at peak powers. Give me the Bucks.
All right. Rob in the chat says, you guys are awesome. Yes, we are. Taylor says, Coach, those PFL picks were awesome. EC'd them all together. Well, it's not the smartest thing to do, but okay. I understand. I only hit 2 straight in a big parlay, but what do I know about MMA? It's, it is what it is. But I will tell you this, that we're going to take all of these picks, all of those picks, and we're taking over where? I tell you every single day, here.
Get breaking news,
Big news coming out of the NFL today.
highlights, and instant reaction.
The largest final round comeback in 4 championship history. We're down to the final 4.
I just want to take time to analyze greatness.
Talk winners and losers with a guy who's already a big winner.
CBS Sports HQ. It's all sports all day long.
And it's all early edge all day long. By the way, speaking of greatness, AB, our 5-tool player, in the chat. You have any questions for him? Ask him. He'll answer them in real time. All right, Sniper, I've made you wait long enough. I'm coming to you first, big boy. It's time to pay that. We got to get music for this, too. Like, something like that. Something like that. Snake, let's get on that. All right. Of these 3 today, we give you 3 different prices. Plus $390 for Anthony Rizzo, Adley Rutschman at plus $500, then Francisco Lindor for the Mets, who suddenly have started raking. Plus $600. Sniper, talk to me.
It's funny what hitting against the Oakland Athletics or whatever's left of them will do for you, isn't it? I'm going to go with Francisco Lindor. He hit a home run Friday. He hit a home run Thursday. Friday, he actually hit a grand slam, and he hit another deep fly ball, and he got the Mets broadcast trying to figure out if anybody had ever hit a grand slam from both sides of the plate. Not that surprising when you're playing the Class A Oakland A's. So I'm going to go with Francisco Lindor. Look, he's a switch hitter, so the platoon disadvantage isn't going to happen all day anyway. The A's are terrible. I like Lindor. He's locked in right now.
Funny little story. My buddy Charlie Boots, he runs the NFL Alumni Association. He was putting the K's up at the Mets game.
Oh, the Ghost.
The Ghost.
Yes.
Yeah, the Ghost. Yeah, that was him. That was my buddy.
Wow.
And they made him take him down, and the announcer said, there's not enough people here to yell at somebody. I was like,
there's 24 people, and they're regulating the 24 people at the game. Right? Ridiculous.
All right. We've got Francisco Lindor, 1 vote. Baseball Sia, I'm coming to you. Who do you like?
We got Francisco Lindor, 2 votes. Of course, I'm back in the Sniper. Like the matchup. Sears is closing early today. Give me Lindor hitting a home run.
All right, M Square, talk to me.
Yeah, it's going to be the same one for me as well. Look, more difficult pitching matchup for Rizzo. Definitely the best hitting environment still in terms of the ballpark. As far as Rutschman, I think that game's got some pretty major weather issues. Lindor, very tough to hit it out of that ballpark, but he certainly has the best opportunity today.
All right, so 3 for 3. Proppy 3 time. Proppy 4 time. Talk to me.
Let's break the tie, Coach. I'm going to go Anthony Rizzo. I like the matchup actually against Pablo Lopez. Gave up 21 home runs last season. Give me Rizzo.
Okay. I'm going to say Rutschman just to have a clean sweep. So one of them's going to hit a home run today. I believe that. All right. You guys in the chat, you're up. You're up this morning. You're fired up. Most of you are fired up for basketball. That's what you're focused on today, but we're focused on both basketball and baseball. But as many of you know, at CBS that we're so incredibly honored to work here, we've got a brand new network. It just started earlier this week, and it's called, say it with me, Galazzo!
Absolutely magisterial here.
B. Lake says, Coach, your energy is unmatched, sir. If you can't get fired up to do this, what can you get fired up to do? Damn, this is fun. We're allowed to have fun, by the way. All right. Mikey, you know on Sunday, you name the show, and we don't do it very often. I did it once this week, but I feel like today, after a 7-4 day, with all the NASCAR, with all the IndyCar, with all the everything we have. I feel like it's necessary. So let's get things started. You know the drill. Son! It doesn't matter if it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, the day of the sport. Oh, my man is bringing it. Maybe not up here, but maybe down here. That's his comfort zone. So, Mikey, if you don't mind, sir, give it to me. I think Mikey, his mic.
It sounded like a Fatboy Slim album. It's like waiting for the beat to drop.
What a time for that to happen. Hey, I say it all the time. Live TV is live TV. AB says, "Uday, Uday." All right.
All right, let's try this.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Different mic. We'll try the mic.
There you go.
That was just an intro to our favorite day. It is Happy Patrick Corbin Day to those who celebrate. We are betting against Patrick Corbin once again. We are taking the Cleveland Guardians team total over 5.5 runs. It is a big number. We need a 6th run in this baseball game. However, I think we get there, and I think we get there pretty easily. Pretty strong hitting environment overall. Temperatures near 80, low air density index, especially for this time of the year. And, of course, the guaranteed 9th inning team at bat. But what I want to focus on here a little bit in this game, a lot of you have heard me talk about VMI, which is the visual memory index, the way the hitters will see a pitch and pick it up based on the movement of the pitch from the conditions they've been playing in. That is significant when you play against pitchers who throw pitches with movement. That is what Patrick Corbin does. He only really throws the sinker and the slider about 85% of the time. We had a very similar situation with this earlier this week where Brady Singer against the Atlanta Braves, very, very similar. Only throws the slider and the sinker. When you have pitches that have movement on them and you have a team facing them that has a positive visual memory, meaning these pitches, they are able to pick them up easier because of the conditions that they've been playing in. I like this spot here for the Cleveland Guardians to grab a 6th run in this baseball game. Patrick Corbin would not be starting in Major League Baseball if his name was not Patrick Corbin. If you remove the name, put a random name on it, the guy would not be in Major League Baseball at this point. We have a massive, massive sample size over the last 2.5 years of him being significantly below average. Let's go Guardians, get a 6th run.
I hope, like I did, that you had your paper and your pencil. It's not about the pick today. He just gave you information to use this entire year, the entire season. Listen to it. Educate. Entertain. Knowledge is power. Now, Sniper. We started with Patrick Corbin Day. It's always a good place to start. But where do we go from here? You're up.
Oh, back to back.
Oh, Maddie, nobody can hear you. Nobody can hear you. All right, talk to me.
That wasn't me. That I never mute that. Snake, come on, man.
Wow. Just a second. The bus is coming. Beep, 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 beep. Yep, you just threw him under it. All right, Sniper, you're up.
Dwayne in the chat has Yanks Guardians 2 teams parlay at plus 130. I like that. He wanted a shout out. I'll give you the shout out, man. That's a good play. I like that. It's Patrick Corbin Day after all. Staying in that same game. You wouldn't know it because they're so bad, but the most difficult team to strike out in Major League Baseball is the Washington Nationals.
What?
They have the lowest strikeout percentage in Major League Baseball. They only struck out 4 times yesterday. 3 were against Karinchak in the 8th. I don't think he's going to pitch today again. Shane Bieber. Only 7 strikeouts combined in his first and third starts this year. We're throwing out the middle one because that was against the A's. As noted previously, they're basically a Class A team at this point, so they barely even count. I like the under 5.5 strikeouts on Bieber. You see Bieber, you might think he's going to go out and dominate. He's pitching more to contact this year. The Nationals make a lot of contact. We're going to go under the 5.5 strikeouts on Bieber. Also, I was looking around at the games last night. I didn't really love anything. And then I thought, you know what? Why do we have to be so cute? The Braves are destroying the Royals this entire series. The Braves are actually 10-1 when they don't play the Padres this year. They don't have to play them today. They're playing the Royals again, and the Royals are really, really bad. Zach Greinke starting for the Royals. kind of a shell of his former self, but he's had some good outings. He can get through the lineup a couple times. The one thing he can't do is go deep in games. He's not going to go more than 5 or 6 innings, 6 at the absolute max. Royals bullpen's terrible. 5.82 ERA this year. Stay away from the first 5s on this. Go the whole game. We're going to go on the run line on the Braves because it might happen late, but it will happen eventually. The Braves are going to be inevitable in this one. It's going to be Braves and a laugher. Go on the run line with the Braves.
Man, I tell you what, you really took me back a minute or so ago and back to my single days. I used to hear that line so much. Why do you have to be so cute, Coach? It really, really was something that was a big part of my life. Now, Dwayne says, that's Snyder. He's a real one. You're a real one, Sniper. That's what they say. That's what they say. Now, as I check my notes and I see 2 very hungry cappers that are staring at me ready to fire. But as you know, oh, he says, feed me more. Well, hang tight, big boy. Hang tight because Proppy's over there. And just because he went 2-0 on SportsLine, yes, you can get every single one of his plays there before the show airs. Somebody yesterday on Twitter says, oh, the early edge is just for entertainment. They don't keep track of their picks.
Yeah.
Every pick is on video. Every pick is on video. But thank you for telling us we're entertaining. Thank you very much. So, Proppy, I know it bothers you way deep down, the places you don't like to talk about. See what I did there, Sia? That when you have a losing pick on the show, it doesn't matter if you went 10-0 at SportsLine. You're giving me more. And today's one of those days. Let's go, big boy. Let's go.
You got that right, Coach. I live to get that maestro spot, so all eyes on you, locked on to you, Sia. But let's go. We're sticking in the association. I want to preface with I absolutely love this prop. This may be my favorite prop that I've put out so far in the short postseason, but it's Ja Morant over 14.5 combined rebounds and assists. This number reflects Ja Morant's regular season statistics. However, when it comes to the postseason, he plays nearly 7 additional minutes per night. That is absolutely massive. As a result, Morant averaged close to 18 combined rebounds and assists last season over 9 playoff games. I also think he's one of these rare players that elevates his play as well. We see the version of playoff Ja. We know the usage rate really condenses in the playoffs. The ball is just going to be in his hands, coupled with the fact the Grizzlies are shorthanded as well. I actually think he may be the best rebounder when he is on the floor with their regular starting 5 as well. I think this number should have opened at 16.5, getting a massive discount when it's at 14.5, coupled with the fact that I think this number is going to be 16.5, maybe even 17.5 for the remainder of the playoffs. This is a once in a postseason opportunity for Ja Morant. Take him over 14.5 rebounds and assists. Very likely might be dipping my toes in the water twice with him as well, and have an additional pick for him later on the site.
Oh, now I have that image of you dipping your toe in any. Oh, Proppy. You can't talk like that. You can't talk like that. By the way, a little added bonus for all of you in the chat. Guess who just showed up? Berg Betts is there. If you have any question for Berg Betts, put them in the chat. He will answer them in real time. So, interesting that we have baseball Sia today, and also because everybody asks about it every single day. Sia, 3 days ago, my memory it's just a little foggy. In golf, did we hit anything on Thursday? That's impossible. That's the first day. We couldn't have done that, could we?
Well, there was an Aaron Rye plus, 110-1 ticket that cashed on the early wedge for first round leader. There was that. If that's what you're referring to, you might have been referring to something else. I'm not sure.
That could have been it. That could have. I mean, plus 11. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that would have actually paid for everybody's entire week of playing, right? A plus 11,000.
I mean, a few weeks, probably a few months, maybe.
I mean, we could do this all day, to be honest with you. But I would love. Because the player that you're on today, I have him as one of my outrights. He's probably not going to win, but he's having a very good week. And I think today, more of the same. Talk to me.
Yeah, we're going to start right there with Russell Henley minus 115 over Brian Harman. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I had a lean that I actually put out on Twitter, and it was fading Brian Harman with a different player. We're going to do that as an official play today. Russell Henley minus 115 over Brian Harman. If you watch the early wedge, you probably heard Coach say he really supports Russell Henley this week. And honestly, he's been coming in with better form than Brian Harman, but also in this tournament, as good as Brian Harman is playing, and he is playing uncharacteristically good, frankly, Russell Henley has been a complete just dominant over the last 2 rounds. He's actually gained across every single strokes gain metric. So not only are we getting the guy coming into the tournament in better form, but we're also getting to the guy that has a slight edge with respect to the in-tournament stats. So Russell Henley minus 115 is actually great value. I think this should be like minus 135, maybe even minus 140. But because Brian Harman is playing well in this tournament, we've got depressed odds. So let's take advantage of it and take Russell Henley minus 115 for round 4 over Brian Harman. Now we're going to move to MLB, Sia. White Sox first 5. Just 5-6 days ago, we were on Dylan Cease in that catch. We're going right back to it. He plays against the Baltimore Orioles. An interesting pitcher in Grayson Rodriguez, a young arm that's going to be very, very good. He's got a lot of really good stuff, but he has gotten hit around here and there a little bit in his 2 starts. I really like what Dylan Cease is doing. He's striking out batters. He's a sub-2 ERA. As far as Rodriguez is concerned, he's going to get his wins. But to paraphrase, listen, Coach just referenced A Few Good Men. You might have quietly seen that there. He referenced a line from Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men. I'm going to paraphrase another amazing movie, The Gladiator. Grayson Rodriguez, you're going to get your wins, but not yet. Not yet.
Oh, I just sit here and I watch and I listen, and you use the word depressed. Do you know who else is depressed today? Every other sports betting show that doesn't even do a show on Sunday, and the fact that they realize that we have more crew members in the chat working on a Sunday than they have working, period. AMAGS is in the chat now. AMAGS, AB. That's dedication to the product, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Sunday morning, and I got 8 people working. Damn it, I love this job.
You know, it's pretty cool that he brought up A Few Good Men. Since he referenced it, I just wanted to say I think better with this bat.
Yes. A line from Daniel Alistair Caffey, a.k.a. Tom Cruise in A Few Good Men. That is beautiful, Sniper. Beautiful.
Beautiful. By the way, I think many of you have seen it, but back in the day, I think I've even talked about it on the show, when WrestleMania went Hollywood the last time, like 15 years ago, I was the judge. We did all these little spoofs on famous scenes from movies, and I was the judge. John Cena was Tom Cruise, and a guy named JBL was Jack Nicholson. And I actually got to order a pizza at the end of that little spoof.
Did you say I'm quite certain I've earned it? You got to say that.
I didn't. I had one line. Man. My one line was, "You don't have to answer that."
Oh, well, that's good enough.
Right? Remember that one? You don't have to answer that. I'll answer it. All right. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here is the recap. But as always, follow all of my crew on social media, whether they're in the chat or on the show. We're always working 24/7. M Squares on the Guardians, team total over 5.5. It's Patrick Corbin Day, for God's sakes. Then MLB, Sia says White Sox first 5 money line minus 144. Maybe a little juicy, but Sia, sometimes the juice
worth the squeeze.
You're damn right. Today's one of those days. Then head to head, round 4, Russell Henley minus 115 over the lefty Brian Harman. Then PropStarz, he said this prop was his favorite prop, period. John Moran over 14.5 rebounds and assists. That's the first game of the day, by the way. First game of the day, by the way. I think it's 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. All the games are a little bit later. Yesterday they were early. I didn't like it. Give me a little bit later. Then the sniper. Braves run line minus 1.5 and good old KC plus 100. And then Shane Bieber, let's go under. He told you the Nationals, the worst team in baseball, the hardest team to strike out. It makes no sense, but that's why my guys do the work. And you just have to take it all in. So I want you all to pay it forward today. If you're going to be at the IndyCar race, come up and say hello. I'd love to meet you. But always understand this. You're going to pay it forward no matter what. So why not do it in a positive way? So with all that being said, all the information you got today, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these Sunday brunch tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. AMAGS, Bird Bets, AB in the chat. Then, of course, PropStarz, M Squared, the counselor, the sniper, the snake behind the scenes. It doesn't matter the nickname. They're putting in the work. We grind for you 7 days a week so we can win with you. It's what we're all about right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.